Okay, good morning. Today I'd like to talk about backward walking and running and crossover walking and running. And these are important to include in your workout program because one of the basic concepts of recovering from overuse is to load the tissues differently than you would normally load them. Most functional activities that we do involve straight line, straight ahead because our eyes are to the front. And so this is where backward walk, run, and crossover walk, run do load exactly as we would say, load the tissues differently, the tendons, ligaments, joints, such that this changes up the forces and loads that are on those and permits a decrease in pain while still allowing activity. And there are three basic modes of how we can do this. If you happen to have a treadmill, you can do backward walk or run on a treadmill. Most treadmills don't run backward, and so you would have to be safe and make sure that when you do set the speed of the treadmill, be very careful when you turn around to then do the backward walk or run on the treadmill. That's of course in a continuous mode. You could also do it indoors without a treadmill, and this would best be done where you would use it in combination with a forward walk, such that you would walk backward till you reach the end of your space and then go forward and then repeat. In this context, you would want to make sure that you have some sort of visual cue in the periphery of your vision so that you don't trip and fall over your own furniture or that sort of thing, and just keep it safe in that regard. This is also true for the outdoor mode. When you're doing backward walk or run outdoors, if you're fortunate enough to have a spotter or a safety person who can guide you, you could do it in continuous mode that way. However, even if you don't have that, you can always do it for up to 20 or 30 meters at a time. And even while done in that mode, that still has great value in affecting our musculoskeletal aches and pains that we experience when we're out running or walking. And so in this regard, you would look back, look forward, pick a point where you know is safe to go to, and then also pick your visual cue point and then run to that point. So just as a brief demonstration of that, if I were out here doing a backward walk, I know that there's a fence behind me, and I know that there's a tree over there that's near the fence. So once I get to that tree, I'm not going to go too far and hurt myself. So that's that's maybe an obvious point, but that's just one thing to keep in mind. The other maybe obvious point is for the crossover walk or run, that if you're doing it in a continuous line, you eventually would want to flip around, because if I keep going this way, I'm only using the joints in one direction, so I want to go this way as well in order to even that up. If I want to just keep going in the same direction, I would have to flip around in order to load symmetrically with the crossover walk. So that's just one thing to keep in mind about the crossover walk. So once again, just a pitch to include those in your training, no equipment required, and it can really reduce your amount of pain while exercising.